Hello, welcome back to Code Details channel. So in this video we are going to create our first endpoint, that is to register users. So in the previous video we already installed Postgres in Prisma, and also we configured our connection URL. So here we have the schema.prisma. So here we can create modules here in this file, but I want to create my different modules in different .prisma files. So to do that, you have to create a schema folder. So you have to create schema folder inside the Prisma. Then move the schema.prisma inside the schema folder. Then you have to include this line of code. So by default this line of code doesn't exist in the schema.prisma file. So include this folder to use many separate files for .prisma modules. So don't forget to write this line of code. Then if you do this, you can now write separate Prisma modules inside the schema folder. So first let me create my user Prisma, my user.prisma file. So here let me create my user model. So model user. So when a user to register a user, we need first name, last name, email, phone number, and password. So these are the mandatory things. So I'm going to include this in our model. So first I need ID, and ID should be integer, and its default value should be auto increment. So it should have last name. Let me first say first name. First name should be string. Should have last name should be also string, and the user should have also an email. Email should be string, but email should be unique. So email should be unique. What else? And also user should have passwords, and password should be string. So string. So let us include phone number. So phone number. So phone number should be string. Now also I want to know when the user is registered. So I want to include created at. So created at is date time, and its default value is simply now. So this is our model to register users. So when a user registers, these things should be sent to server, that is first name, last name, email, password, and phone number. After you create your module, so we have to push, or we have to map the module to database. So to push or to map our databases to modules to our database, we use npx prisma migrate dev. So whenever you create a new module, you have to push that module to the database. So here we are pushing our module to the database by writing this line of command. Now it correctly worked. Now next, let us create our controller. Okay, let me first create inside API controllers. So here let me create my first controller, that is register controller.js. So here first let us import. Here I don't want you to require, I want you to import like we use in JavaScript. So to do that you have to include in package.json type of module, that is type module. So if you include this line, now we can use import. So let us update this one. Here we have to then avoid using require. So let me avoid this one. Now let me import here express from express. Now we avoided using require. Now let me back to my register controller.js. Here let me import Prisma client. I already installed this in the previous video. Then const Prisma is equal to new Prisma client. Here I am creating a new class of Prisma client. So this Prisma enable us to interact with our databases. Now const, let me name it here register controller is equal to async. So here we have request and response. Okay, sorry, here request and response. Now let us restructure first name, last name, email, password, and what else, and phone number from request.body. But here if first name is not if there is no first name, or there is no last name, or there is no email, or there is no password, or there is no phone number, I want to return. So if this all fields are not received a value, so if this doesn't have a value, it should be returned. So return response dot status should be 400.json. so here message should be all fields are required, but if this all fields are does have a value, now we need to proceed that we have to check then our email. So email should be unique, so let us check if the email is unique. So if it is unique, we are going to proceed, but if it is not unique, so if it is already registered, we have to also return. So first let us const user, or we will say find user. Let us say find user. Now await Prisma dot user, this is user model dot find unique here, where email is email. So where email is equal to this email. So if find user is true, now if find user is true, now we need to return. So return response dot status should be 400. Now response dot status dot json message email already exists, email already registered. So if email is not registered and if all the values are does have value, now we will register the user in our database. So const new user is equal to await Prisma dot user model dot create. Now we are going to create, so our data is here. Here our data first name is first name, but instead of writing here first name, so last name, email and password, and the last one is okay, phone number. So here phone number. But here I want to hash my password. So to hash your password, you have to first install bcrypt. So to install bcrypt, simply write npm install bcrypt. Npm install bcrypt. You have to install bcrypt to hash your password. That means to encrypt your password. So here I installed it. So after you install it, import in your project. So import bcrypt from bcrypt. Then to hash your password, here let me write here hash password. So to hash your password, simply write this one, const hashed password. So here await. So here bcrypt dot hash. So hash my password. So my password by using salt rounds. Let me use here 10. This is salt rounds. So here now I encrypted, or I hashed my password using bcrypt. Then here password should be my hashed password. Hashed password. So here I save the user into a database. Then after this, let me response dot status should be 201 dot json. Here we have to response new user. So let me message new user, or let me say new user. That is, we created now our register controller. So since we are going to use this register controller, let us export this one. Export. Now it's time to create our routes. So here routers. So here let us create user route.js. So here in our route, simply const user route is equal to we have request and response. Now so we have to use post method to create a user. So if request dot method is equal to post, simply call the what is called a register controller. Request and response. But if or else if the request method is not post, that is if it is get, if it is, or if it is delete, or if if it is put. So here else return response dot status status 405 dot json. So here message should be incorrect method. Now here we created our route. So since we are going to use route in our index.js, we have to export this one. Export. Now let me go to index.js. Now first I have to use this middleware, that is Express.js. So this middleware, so this line of code is used when clients send data to your server in the form of JSON. So this middleware will enable our server to understand and process that data. So don't forget to include this. Then app.use. So I want to use this. I want to use this endpoint, that is register. I want to use this path register. So when this path is called, I want to call the route, that is register route or user route. These are routes. So when register is called, so this should be called. Now we write our first endpoint. Now let us check it in Postman. So first let us run it our server. So to run our server, simply write node index. So here is a problem, daemon import. Okay, so here is a problem, route.js. Yeah, so here let me create route.js, and also in my controller. Okay, so in my route here also I have to write this one. Okay, now let me test it. Let me clear first, then index.not.index. And also here there is a problem, cannot find module project. Okay, use route.js. Sorry, use route. So here what I forgot is .js. Sorry, let me save this one. Now let me clear. Now let me run this one. Now okay, connected to port 3000 correctly. Now let us check it in our Postman. So our port is 3000. Here, as you can see, our port is 3000. So and our path is register. Now let me enter here first name. So our first name, let me name it here Paul. Last name John. Okay, email. Okay, email paul@gmail.com. Okay, what are passwords? Sorry, passwords. So password is simply Paul123. Now let us test it. Now send. Okay, yeah, it works, but it says here all fields are required. We forgot something. Yeah, we forgot phone number. So here phone number, let us give it phone number. Sorry, phone number, something like this. Now let us test this. As you can see, our first endpoint worked successfully. Now here, first name is Paul, last name is John, email is this, and our password is hashed, as you can see here. And phone number is given and created at this is the time when the user is registered. So this is it for this video. See you on the next video.